Yes, folks, once again, it's the NBA playoffs here on YouTube. And in this matchup, I'm going to be talking about the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, let's go ahead and go into stars for the series, man. Damian Lillard has emerged as one of the best point guards in the league. All right. He's definitely top 10 at this point. All right. And then when you look at, another star on the team, you have to look at LaMarcus Aldridge, and the reason why I'm saying that about LaMarcus Aldridge and that type of tone is because this guy is hurt. I mean, clearly he's hurt, and he tore a ligament in one of his hands and his finger. I mean, this guy has been playing hurt basically for the whole season so far. Well, a good portion of the season, and he's taking this injury into the playoffs. Now we don't know how he's going to perform, but he's there and he's a star. Now, when you look at Memphis's stars are in the front court with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol. All right, not Powell, Marc. All right, and Marc, I'm gonna tell you like this: Marc is probably the better Gasol. I'm convinced that Marc is probably the better Gasol. He's a better shooter. He's a better passer than Powell. I mean, look, no disrespect to Powell, but I'm just saying, to me, he's the better Gasol. All right. When it comes to X factors in this series, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. When it comes to X factors in this series for the Portland Trailblazers, let me pause for one moment. Let me look at the injury list for. Let me look at the injury list for Portland here. He lost Wesley Matthews. I don't know if Batum's going to play. Aflalo is hurt. Who exactly is playing for Portland right now? I mean, I don't mean to go in, but I'm just saying, they got C.J. McCollum. I like this guy's game. They got a guy named Crab. I like this guy's game. They've got some pieces off of their bench that can come in and actually fill in for Batum if he has to sit. I don't know if he's going to play or not. This is before the series starts, folks. Wesley Johnson is gone for the year. Like I said, man, they've got Leonard and Freeman. They got young guys that can come in and kind of supplement and feed off of Lillard and Aldridge. And we're going to see how well they play. I mean, this is a big spot for those guys to come in because Portland is working at basically the disadvantage here, man. Them losing Wesley Matthews took a really big shot at their title hopes. And if they lose Batum, if Batum is not at the at 100%, that definitely can damage their playoff run as well. You know what I'm saying? Then when you look at Memphis, their X factors, can only be two people. All right, Courtney Lee and Tony Allen. Those two guys right there are the X factors. You want to know why they're the X factors? Because those two guys just bring something to the table that a lot of teams in the NBA just don't have. Guys that can't. They're basically the definitions of playmakers. Neither one of those guys are like an elite scorer. Neither one of those guys are complete over the top defensive juggernauts. I mean, maybe you could say that about Tony Allen, more so about Tony Allen than you can about Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee. But both of those guys are just basketball players. They remind me. I'm gonna tell you like this. They kind of remind me of Corey Brewer. They're both like Corey Brewer, in which they're just complete basketball players. They can give you scoring. They can steal a couple balls. You know what I'm saying, and get a couple easy points. Those are the type of players that win you games in the playoffs. And Memphis has two of them. I mean, two X factors, two big X factors in this series for Memphis. And I can't forget about Jeff Green. You could throw Jeff Green in there as an X factor too. He's another guy that they picked up mid-season. That guy's just been playing out of his brain, playing with this team, and he's been a nice little supplement. I mean, both of these teams have unknown X factors. You could say Udrih is an X factor for the Grizzlies if Conley is hurt or not hurt. I think that they're resting him up for the playoffs here. So both of these teams have X factors that you have to that you kind of have to watch out for. Intangibles, definitely the injuries, man. I mean, it's one of those situations where I'm looking at this and I'm saying, like, it's kind of unfair for Portland, man. I mean, you lose one of your top players, then another one of your top players is, teetering on not even really playing in this series, and then your elite player and LaMarcus Aldridge is basically playing with one thumb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but geez, man. I mean, it's just so many things that's working against Portland, man, for them to even win this series, which is why I'm taking Memphis in 6 games. I think that the injuries and the fact that there's going to be too many guys that you know have to step up immediately is going to affect Portland from winning this series. It's going to stop them from winning this series, man. And it's real unfortunate, man, because I think that this could have been one of the premier matchups in the playoffs, but I don't see it being that way. I mean, even though I think that Portland will take 2 games and maybe hold home court, um, I don't know, man. I mean, Memphis is just a better team. So let me know how you guys feel down below in the comments. It's the WC. I'll see you guys next time.